A young lady from South Africa has sparked a controversy because she decided to apologize to Africans on behalf of South Africans. First, watch the young lady's video. We'll come back and discuss.
Just quickly wanted to say to any Africans watching, although North Africa, I don't know if this applies to you because there are issues, but particularly people from West Africa, Central Africa, East Africa, I just want to say that as a South African, I want you to know that it's not all of us. I know there's been a lot of vitriol, hatred spewed over the last few weeks, and I just want you to know that it's not all South Africans. There are some of us who still remember Robert Sobukwe. There are some of us who still remember the contributions of various African countries in our fight against apartheid. We remember. Xenophobia occurs in countries across the world and is used as a political ploy by politicians across the world. I mean, that goes without saying, right? I think in South Africa, because that finds expression in Afrophobia, and like a very hypocritical, white-loving, master-worshipping Afrophobia, that I felt like there was a need to say, it's not all of us. Like, it's not all of us. Because it's also been really embarrassing to see tweets where people are saying that they'd rather have white people here than Nigerian people here. It's honestly really, really embarrassing. So I just want to say it's not all of us.
Her comment section was on fire, to say the least. People were angry at her. The people that were angry at her were South Africans that were saying that she's not speaking for us. Why are you saying this? Why are you pondering? And by the way, speaking of South Africans in the comment section disagreeing with her, there were white South Africans in that comment section calling her out and saying that we don't want the other Africans and just divisive stuff. And for it to come from a white South African, honestly, is mind-boggling for me as an outsider watching it happen, right? But I do realize, or rather I'm realizing, that the dynamics in South Africa between white South Africans and black South Africans is something that is I did not even realize. Maybe that's a topic for another day. I've seen a video of a white South African calling out a black American, telling him to go back to his country. The irony of it all.
And there was a white lady there, and there was many kids there. It wasn't just my kids. It's probably about 20 kids running around, and she has a pit bull, and all the kids are already afraid of the pit bull that she has. And she comes to the park, and then she lets it go because her pit bull in her eyes isn't dangerous, so she feels like it's fine to let the pit bull go. And then the kids are running, and it goes up to the swing and it's biting the swing and swinging the swing back and forth. And I kindly went up to the lady and said, "Hey, can you put your dog on a leash? You see the kids are trying to play. This is not a play. This is not a dog play area. This is a kids play area, you know?" And she looks at me and she kind of gives me like slack and like, "Why are you worried about my dog?" And I said, "Because there's kids here and they're afraid of your dog. I would just appreciate if you could just put it on its leash." And so she's like, "Where are you from? That accent doesn't even sound like you're from here. You're not even from South Africa. It sounds like you're from America. Go back to America. Me and my dog come to this park all the time and we don't have any issues."
I've seen white South Africans in the comment section as well calling out other Africans and claiming that South Africa is their home, so they're not welcome and this is their land, basically claiming it as their land. And as I said earlier, maybe it's a topic for a different video, but there's a lot going on there and it's a subject that needs more dissecting. But as I said, her comment section was on fire, and others, when I say others, I mean other African people, were very happy with what she's saying and they were thanking her for her mentality and how she views things and how she wants people to unite and come together. But the honest truth is that we have a long way to go. We all have our issues. We're very divisive. Not just South Africa, I'm talking about the whole of the continent, the tribalism we have, not just for different countries, but within a country, the division, the hate we have for one another. No wonder why it's easy for the colonizer to switch things up on us and to make us believe that our neighbor is our enemy. We just forget about what the invisible hand has been doing. We just forget about the evil that has been going on, what we've been facing, and all of a sudden, all our troubles and everything we've been facing is coming from the person that is living next to us. And that's an issue, I think, across Africa. I don't think this is just a South Africa thing, although we're talking about South Africa because this young sister raised it up and she apologized for what has been going on social media, which, if you go to social media, especially Miss South Africa conversation, it's honestly disheartening. You will realize that there's a lot of hate and animosity. I hope it's mostly on social media and in real life. That's not how we move, but a lot of the conversation that you will read on social media will make you lose hope in our fight for unity. But as I always say, we're not going to give up. Each person teach one. Let us all have a conversation what it means for all of us to come together. What does it mean? It's not just about one person winning, one country winning. It's everyone winning. And that's the whole point. We have a stronger voice when we come together, was the whole entire point of Pan-Africanism. But unfortunately, there's a lot of divisiveness going on. But anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about what this South African young lady said and what others are saying about her speech. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the Chofao Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the Chofao Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the